Alright, this is the reproduction station, aka how plants have sex with each other. We are going to be building a flower, which is the reproductive part for flowering plants. Not all plants have flowers and therefore do not all reproduce this way. But for our purposes, we're going to be talking about plant parts and sexual reproduction, not asexual. Okay? So let's start with gathering our materials. What you're going to need is a stapler, a cutout of a pistil, some sepal that you have already cut out, 3 colors of pipe cleaner. You only need 3, not 30. Please don't play with them and mess them up. Leave some for your other classmates to use. Okay? And then you're going to need 4 squares of tissue paper. These can be 4 different colors, all the same color, 2 of one, 2 of whatever you want, I don't care. As long as you have 4 of them total, okay? Only 4, not 5, not 7, 4. Okay? So first we're going to start out, and also some beads or some balled up paper or something to represent eggs, because we love eggs. Yay, eggs. Okay? You're going to start with your tissue paper. Move this stuff off here. Okay, and we're going to be making a flower. The way we're going to do that is you're going to layer your colors in whatever colors you want. I'm going to alternate mine light, dark, light, dark. Okay, and you're going to stack them so they're exactly square. Okay. So they're exactly stacked on top of one another. I didn't cut them very well. There's a little extra, but that's okay. Okay, so they're all stacked together. Now you're going to do an accordion fold. An accordion fold is where you fold one way and then flip it over and fold it back the other way. It only needs to be about 1 inch or so big. It doesn't have to be exact. You don't need to get a ruler. You're just going to kind of fold it so it looks kind of like this. Crease it. And then you're going to flip it over. Okay? And then you're going to fold it back like this. And then you're going to flip it over. And then you're going to fold it back like this. And then flip it over. And then fold it back like this. And you're just going to keep doing that. Flip it over all the way down until you have folded to the very edge. Flip it over. If it's not exact, if this last piece is too small, that's okay. It doesn't matter. And then you should have an accordion fold like this. It's an accordion fold. Right? Piece like this. Okay? So you're going to keep it all together. You're going to figure out approximately the middle of this thing. You're going to take a stapler and you're just going to kind of staple 1 staple in the middle. That's just 1. You only need 1. All right. Then you're going to take your flower. Okay, so it kind of looks like this. You're going to take the ends and you're going to cut them. You can cut them into a triangle. You can cut them into a diamond. You can cut them like a heart. I don't care. But you need to start down here, like cut the edges and then up like this. Okay, so the easiest way, I guess, is to do a triangle. I'm going to cut down here and at the top. I'll do the other side. I'm going to start down here and angle it towards the top. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side. Start down at the bottom, angle it towards the top, and then start down at the bottom, angle it towards the top. You could also round it off if you wanted round petals instead of pointy ones. It doesn't matter. It's your flower. All right. So now when you spread it out, it'll look like this. Okay, but we don't want it to look like that. We want it to look like this. So what you're going to do is very carefully on one side, take this top layer and you're going to grab it and you're going to very gently pull it towards you. So So we're trying to get it out of its little nesting space. So very gently pull that top layer towards you, very gently, like it's a little baby cat. You don't want to tear it because you'll kill it. All right, and then you take the next layer and very gently pull it towards you. Pull it towards you. You may have to tug it gently. Ooh. Pull it gently. And then with the next layer, same thing. If it tears, it's okay. Don't run and get new stuff. It's fine. I tear mine all the time. And then the bottom one, just kind of fold up. Now you have half flower. Now you can do the other side. If I had editing skills, this is where I would fast forward until I got to the end. But you see, I do not. So I'm just going to do it as quickly as possible. Pull up towards me. Pull up towards me. Pull up towards me. Okay. Squishing it is encouraged. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Gently, gently, gently. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to go like this. And kind of... There we go. We have a flower. Okay, you can floof it and fix it as much as you want to. Once you have your flower, you're going to either need to tape or hot glue it onto the sepal. So your sepal looks like this. It's to protect the bud of the flower, so it's a baby flower protector, and it goes on the bottom down here like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna pile in some hot glue around here. And then take my flower butt and put the diaper on the flower butt like this. You're just gonna kind of hold it. Be careful, it's hot. Just hold it until it's dryish, and then you can spread out your thing. All right. So once you've attached the sepal, now we need to actually make the reproductive parts. Petals are like girls doing their hair and wearing jewelry, or boys getting a flashy car. You're trying to attract a mate. In this case, you're trying to attract a bee because you need the bees to help you have sex. All right, so petals are for attracting pollinators. Once the pollinator gets there, it needs to get some pollen. That's why it's there. So we are going to make a stamen, which is the penis of the plant. Okay, you're gonna pick two of your colors. You're gonna take your two of your colors and you're gonna cut it into thirds. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just look at it with your eyes and think that looks like about a third. All right, so a stamen has two parts. It has an anther, which makes the pollen, and the filament, which holds it up. Okay, so we're gonna have anther, filament, anther, filament. So we're going to make 3 penises for our flower, also known as stamens, because men have penises. All right, so you're going to take your whatever color you have. It doesn't have to be yellow, although pollen is yellow. So great. You're going to fold it in half. And you're going to kind of twist the end right here. Okay, and then you're going to take your filament and you're going to do it like this and then kind of twist them together. And there you go. You have created a stamen. Congratulations. Let's make another one. So you're going to take the pipe cleaner for your anther, fold it in half, twist at the back, then take your filament and attach it. So make this and then just twist them together. There you go. One more penis. I mean stamen, because men have penises. Fold it in half, twist the end, take your filament, twist them together, et voila! 3 stamens. Just waiting for a bee. All right. Now, depending on the type of plant, some plants only have stamens, some plants and other, like squash. Certain squash flowers only have stamens. Certain squash flowers only have pistils, which is the girl version of the reproductive system, which contains the ovary and the, like a vagina connected to an ovary. There are some plants that have both, and so it can self-pollinate. It just depends on what you're talking about. So this is our pistil. It's so pretty. We're going to take some of our third color. This is where you can use regular. If you don't have hot glue, you can just use white glue. I'm going to tape. I'm going to outline my pistil with some pretty pipe cleaner and make it more 3D, because a pistil is not a 2D object. It has dimensions. In fact, anytime you eat a piece of fruit, you are eating this part, which is the ovary where the eggs are. That's why fruit has seeds inside. Yes. So once the ovary has fertilized eggs, it starts to grow and grow and grow, and it grows a protective cover. And then that protective cover is super delicious and sweet, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna eat it. And then we eat the seeds, and then we poop the seeds out. Unfortunately for the plants, it's in a toilet, not in the forest, unless you are a forest-dwelling bear or just like to poop in nature. No judgments. All right. So I have attached my pipe cleaner here. I'm gonna kind of cut off this. Actually, I'm gonna twist it to make this would be a tube. The tube where the pollen has to go. And then bend this like this, bend it like this to make kind of like a bow. And there you go. You have created yourself a pistil. A pistil has 3 parts: the stigma, the style, and the ovary. This is the opening to the vagina. This is the vagina where the semen goes, or the pollen in a plant's case. And then there are eggs in here that become fertilized. We're going to take our eggs. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in here. If you don't have anything nice like pearls or beads or wadded up paper, you can just draw them in there. It is important that you put the eggs in the ovary though, because that's where they go. So here's my eggs. Plants actually make a lot of eggs, as you have seen whenever you have blown a dandelion apart. Those are all seeds. So there we go. We have our eggs inside of our ovary, which is attached to our pistil. We have 3 stamens, and now we're going to place them inside of our flower. All right, so we're going to take our flower. I'm going to just kind of make a hole, like a little space in the middle. Okay, like a bowl. And you're going to want to tape or glue your ovary in, and then tape or glue your stamen around the ovary. Oops, the pistil. Okay, so I'm going to get some glue here. I'm just gonna put that back there like this, and then I'll just go here and here and here, and then I will stick the filaments down into the glue. You could also staple them, probably, if you were ambitious and had a really good stapler. All right. So there we go. We have just made a self-pollinating flower with a pistil and 3 stamen. The pollen gets created on the anthers, and the bee comes along and rubs its body, gets the pollen all over it, and then it brushes against the top of the pistil, And then the pollen travels down, fertilizing the egg, causing the flower to die off. The ovary gets really big and it turns into a fruit like cherries or apples or grapes or tomatoes or cucumbers or squash or anything that has a seed inside of it. And then we pick them off the bush and we eat them, and we have eaten the ovary of the flower along with the little seeds inside. So there you go. If you have completed your stem, you can then glue this on top of your stem, which will look like this. So here's the sepal, and you'll just glue the sepal to the top of your stem, and then you will have your flower up at the top.